is my form of communication. Hip hop do something else. That's cheese. Hip hop. Cheese is good on pizza. Hip hop is my form of communication.
Like it's one of the most rewarding experiences I could have, like as a school leader. We got some crazy stuff coming up for the song.
Speak on it.
That's a great question. We starting out. I'm
yeah, play a role. And when I heard it I was just blown away because it's dope, and I do like it more than the original. The original was fire, and I couldn't see it being any better. Like, honestly, I heard that you guys were going to remix, and I'm like, well, how is that going to work? And all the blueprint was already there, and I didn't see it until I heard it, and now I could see it so much clearer. And just a little snippet of the video.
Lloyd Bond, Bengals, Oak Hill, Southside. Yo, yeah. CICS, yo, no other way to go.
Glove and Mind, like that joint is, I don't know, it's a gift to the school, to keep it as simple as possible. It's a true gift to start the school year off. It feel good, man. It feel good. I'm planning for parents tomorrow for an open house, all new families. I'm like, I'm starting off with that.
CICS, yo, no other way to go. We do it for the Bengals. Lloyd Bond, yo.
Having if you can sing the chorus, like you get a check as a family. It's like passports, right? And so like if you could sing the chorus, it's gonna be a mic, you know what I mean? We're gonna play the song. If you could keep up with the chorus, all right, that's check. That go to your currency towards, like food and prizes at the end of the day.
Even when we watch the video,
woke up early, had some breakfast, I don't need a necklace.
It reminds me of seeing a video as a kid and saying like, man, I wish that was my school. Oh, and like, man, this is actually their school.
So we did a pep rally and we released a song. You kind of see kids like vibing out to it, and they like, man, I like that hook. And then once they see the imagery behind it, then they even more locked in. But like, we've been getting like great feedback on it, and we kind of took our time because we could have put this out a minute ago, but it's like the perfect time for the school because we still doing enrollment and stuff like that. And we get to show the network too, like, if we're gonna advertise our school, we're gonna do it in our way that fits like our culture, our approach, and it fit the vibe of the school too. Like, man, y'all did great. Gloves start off with the 11 years.
Been teaching at this school for 11 years. I said 11 years. Yeah, man, 11 years.
11 years. It's just like that connection is so important. Tobias was a para. He started teaching a hip hop class, and from like that vision, it's yielding things that impact the culture of hip hop, the culture of Lloyd Bond, the culture of how schools see, like, how do you advertise? And I'm thankful that Glover kind of helps and asks me, like what do I think with certain things? And I'm excited to take this to the next level where we gonna have students like collaborating with the team and put some bars down with whoever we collabing with next. But I feel like that's the next gear because it shows the product of what Glover doing in the classroom, and it should be expanded upon. But I'm always like hooked on the idea of our vision and mission being communicated through music, through sound, through beats, through like all those different things, man.
What about the parents?
In terms of like response to the song, like our parents love it just because they know it's somebody on that screen rapping about and celebrating the school that sincerely care about like the kids. And then when you get to hearing these brothers kind of spitting, he bringing up terms like, the teachers be like, getting high scores and already.
Students test high and already. We celebrate, where's the confetti?
Stuff like, go hang with the, and that's a system we use, When we come into a school, do we believe our students can achieve? period. You have to believe that no matter where your students come from, they can achieve, and they can achieve at high levels. From there, that's when you work backwards towards, all right, how do we get there? Then what do we need? This year we're piloting something called Soft Start, where students get to come in 45 minutes before school actually starts and get various needs met, whether it's tutoring, whether it's yoga. We're still building it out, but like, I'm like, all right, for who 100 students coming early, then I gotta have at least 5-6 different programs ready for them to come in. And just imagine a student that had a rough start to his day, and they gotta come in to school, they gotta go straight to work. The idea of Soft Start is giving them a cushion and a buffer before we all up on them, asking them to do 1,000 different things. On the physical side of things, PE is like well-rounded. You hit all the sports, but you also get the components of like teamwork within that, how you need to be socially in a physically engaging environment, as moved as a world. It's many lessons around sharing, caring. What does it mean to actually listen to somebody with empathy, right? We're exploring AI this year, which is really dope. And not just like the chat. It'd be like, it's some crazy programs out there that, they got artificial intelligence tutor, where they can listen to students read and break down like where they're struggling with the reading, with the decoding, and they do like a little mini session, and then it creates work throughs for home. So this can be put out parent resource, like, man, that's what you need to work with Jimmy or Susie on. And then it has a teacher resource to inform like small groups. We're exploring it, but what I love about what my company, organization is doing, they're pushing, because they know like we're on the forefront of the world shifting like that, and you don't want to be catching up to it. You want to be part of that and making sure you onboarding our students and our teachers to it as a resource. And it's all about the people you put in front of that resource, because I could have a great resource, but I could have someone that doesn't really understand how to translate that information to our students. Or you could have a great resource, but you could have people that see our students less than what they actually is. So it's a resource, but are we doing it with the thoughtfulness that should be there?
How would you say, this has affected the students with the parents at home being so engaged and involved with the song in the school? Has it done anything to increase your family contributions and go towards the well-being to the students?
Yeah, so I think it increases awareness of what we're trying to do at the school, which in turn increases enrollment. I want school to maximize how many students we can serve. It's like a walking billboard in a digital sense, and so I say it contributes to our school most that way. And the second part, or maybe in line with that, kids being able to see their parents' interest is important, but kids that's intrinsically motivated by seeing that, like I see that, I'm like, man, when I get to Glover class, like I'm about to lock in, because I need him to put me on the next one, like that type of motivation. That's currency in that classroom, because they bought in, they're locked in to like the idea of, and they want to do better. Don't nobody care about your creativity until they figure out like why you do it. You get what I mean? Like, it's kind of like I'm selling something. I could sell whatever. It's 1,000 different computer companies, right? But why does Apple, for the most part, get the thing? Because the why they do it, why is they want to make stuff efficient? They care about efficiency, smoothness, all this stuff. Why is Tobias even creating a song for the kids? It's rooted in them. He want to celebrate the school. The why is always like what connects us, and then everything else, like what we provide, and like that comes secondary. Somebody got to be driven by your why. You can contribute anything you think will be kid-centered to CICS Lloyd Bond, you know, as a donation. I would say time too. Anybody savvy ever want to volunteer and just push into a classroom and maybe pull a small group of some students. Our clearance for like background checks is fairly quick. So
as far as kind of connecting with the students, you know, I won't name anybody, but one young man said something to me. This was almost a year ago when I was there. Think about this every day, man. I asked him, you know, we were talking about rhyming. I asked him, you know, why he liked to rhyme about, he said he liked to rhyme about violence. You know what I mean? I was like, well, why? He said, I live in Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right? Like I think about that every day. Like,
we're always open to vendors that want to like donate time. Those possibilities that I'm talking about, the you know, painting pictures for students. It could be 4-session workshops. You could talk about a profession, a skill set, a talent. 4 hours of your time exposes 50 or more students to a possibility or sparks an interest or in a pathway. I would say that'd be one way to support the school. Come on down to the gardens and see my babies. I notice the theme of what I'm saying is like I could ask for money, I could ask for donations and all types of other stuff. Our kids need to, sometimes they benefit more when they see people and experiences and action.
Motivated, highly educated. CICSGO, no other way to go. We do it for the students, help them reach their goals.
Our kids respond to sincerity, like care, and that interaction. It helps them buy in a lot more. Even how addicted we are, like at our ages, to the convenience of tech. Our kids, if they locked in on you in person and they got a phone in their pocket that they can feel, but they locked in, that's an experience that they're not gonna forget very soon, because the tech that they got access to is all consuming. So anything that make them put that thing down for a little bit and like just engage in thought with other human beings is important. So I say LeBron took his talents to South Beach. Bring your talents to Lloyd Bond, whatever they may be, or resources, or programs, or grants. We need those type of resources too. Funding for staffing, funding for after school programming, like all of that stuff. If anybody know any grants, you grant writers and all that stuff, we got a grant writing team with us. But if you know grants that may be accessible to a community in a school that's in a housing project, you know, one of the most isolated communities in Chicago that we work in, you know, bring those resources to us, help us out. Trust me, we will use them effectively.
The people read media, flavor needs. Favorite streets and slave to what we
I'm gonna say something on the political side of it, just in general. Like, we always trying to look at, like, if I say, I mean, it's poverty, it's not enough jobs, it's not this, right? Like, let's get more jobs for this community. Let's get more jobs for this community. And it'd be so cool. Like, man, I know y'all heart in the right place, right? But at the same time, I put those jobs there and people start taking those jobs. There's gonna be a percentage of them that's gonna thrive. And there's gonna be a percentage that may struggle because the first time they boss tell them, I need you to do this or you ain't do this right. The trauma that's been cycled in my life, I don't know how to deal with that opportunity. You get what I mean? So I put jobs there to tackle the problem, but the problem wasn't just the jobs. It was the effects that poverty has on the human experience and the trauma and how I react to certain things. And so, like, it's the same shit with schools. If you think about it, I'm going to say, I'm gonna put 100 people in front of these kids, but if they ain't even informed on how to deal with students that may have these type of problems, or if they don't even respect it and not alienate them because a 7-year-old don't know. He trying to figure out his life. So like if you can't, like if you look at them like they messed up because of how they responding to stuff, but not understanding like the root cause of this, it's something deeper than that. And if we ain't addressing that as a school, we being irresponsible to me. And so on the political, that's what I mean by political thing. Everybody think they know what's best. I've been working there 15, 16 years. I wouldn't even be able to tell you I know what's best every year because it evolves, it changes, and I got to respect that at a high degree to be able to evolve and change and be a consistent resource for like my community. Their needs may stay the same overarching, but the impacts of it over the course of years, it shifts. And so I got to keep my ear or keep a pulse and understand what's going on in my school. And that's the most frustrating thing with politicians, with people that think they may know the best for kids that they only probably spent 20 minutes with at an event or a fundraiser. Like, you don't know. Hence is why I understand like your intentions may be good, but you don't know for real. You just throwing something at it and hoping it sticks. And it, our kids deserve more than that. Essentially, we appreciate it, but they deserve more. Yeah, our school may be isolated. Our kids may be isolated, but we building a healthy place within that isolation. But there still are, the challenges of, poverty and the struggles that we all know come with that. What any educator should be saying, because everybody should be like, I want our kids to get that W. A goal outside of that is to define pathways that can't be found in the classroom.
I heard something about a comic book store. What's up with that?
Oh yeah, man. Ours underground in LaGrange, Illinois. Probably one of the craziest but greatest experiences I've had outside of like my profession. And my kids and a whole bunch of other stuff. I ain't trying to get no trouble. My wife.
I should better name that wife.
The human experience that we're creating there, I'm very proud of that, and I love when people say like, I go to comic book stores and dudes not engaging, or sometimes people might be a little off, or whatever, but like the personality just lives in our store. So we do a lot with a little. In our space, and long term, I would just love to be doing comic book programs for students, and Blurred sponsoring that, which is something that's feasible for this upcoming year. But I think our store should be a brand that gives back in some way and do theme type programming. I appreciate y'all like consistently like showing love and sharing your time. Efforts towards like our vision and mission for the school. I be feeling like y'all kind of sponsored the school if I'm keeping it funky, That's how I know Tobias like love the school and love what he do, because a lot of people wouldn't share like their resources or their network or people like they consider friends and associates. Like a lot of people don't share that with the school. Tobias is He's a special dude and a gift to the students for sure. So we blessed.
I just want to give you your flowers, man. Like Tobias, we've been chilling, and I haven't given him his flowers enough. I just would have loved to have a teacher like him in my school. Mm-hmm. I would have loved to have, administration like you at my school. And I just think that it's amazing what the both of you guys are doing, collaborating and bringing, your ideas to the people in a message that they can understand. That's something within the culture. So congratulations, and I appreciate you so much for that.
Yeah, appreciate
it's
you.
only going to spread. You know, the more people like you guys that are out there, the more people that may not have the same resources or the courage to do it will see you guys as an example, and then have that courage to impact the world.
It's my form of communication. It's so hip hop, do something else. That's cheese. Hip hop, cheese is good on pizza. Hip hop is my form of communication. Flying a kite, it's incarceration. Instinct repels miseducation. What they call hip hop ain't the truth. That can